Hi everybody. I hope that you have watched the first section in the ballet section we're doing. That was to introduce you to the concept. So now what I want to do is talk a little bit about some technique so that if you've been practicing those, you can start to add some technique that you're going to be able to move over to your ballroom, Latin, rhythm, standard, whatever it is that you're working on, okay? So what I want you to know is that when we do these exercises, there's something in for everything. And I want you to know why you're doing them, because just because you say, oh, I'm doing ballet exercises doesn't mean that you know why you're doing it or what you're trying to get out of it. And I'll try to connect it to our dancing. So in any case, the first thing we did on the video was we did pliés and we came up. They're to strengthen the thighs. They're to strengthen the outsides of your legs, and you're also strengthening the inside of the leg. So if you go to the gym and you do the machine that you push your legs out and then you pull them in and you're using that weight, this does pretty much the same thing, and it strengthens your thighs at the same time. The other thing it does is if you're really watching your alignment that we talked about, then you're really trying to create your posture, which is essential for the dancing we do. So let's just do this again. Let's look at this technique. Again, pelvis under. And what I want you to make sure is you're standing up straight. Your sternum, which is your breastbone, we call the dance bone, that should feel like it's lifting and stretching up to the ceiling, okay? So as we do this, when you bend, I want you to feel that you are taking the outside of the legs and opening them up. But on the way in, I want you to use what we call the adductors, and I want you to feel like you're almost squeezing the inner thighs. So when you do these, it's not bending up and bending up. It's not like a calisthenic. We're really looking at multiple things. So we're looking at outside of thighs. We're zipping up the inside. And every time you close, I want you to stretch and pull up through your core. So we do outside of legs, inside of legs, and core. So again, use your demi-pliés to really stretch and strengthen so much of what we do, okay? So you're making up your little exercise pattern. In another video or two, we'll do one all together with a suggested amount, but I know you're all good about being able to come up with your own little regimen. Let's talk about the tendus now, okay? So this one's really, really important because when you do this, when we dance ballroom, everything we do is about how we use the floor. So if you play the piano, how your fingers hit the keys, how your body goes, is what produces good sound. If our feet don't work well, then the quality of what we do is not as good. So while we're not out dancing with everyone, this is a good time to really work on understanding what your legs and feet are doing, because that's hard when you're in the middle of dancing the sequence. So you're standing here again, posture, all of that is pulled up. When you stretch your foot, it's not just stretch your leg up, okay? You don't want to twist your body, even though let's say for now, your left leg is going forward. As your left goes forward, you don't want your hip to go, so your hip is staying constant as you go. But let's talk about the foot. So when you go out, you don't want to immediately try to point your foot. What you do is you go out, your foot is still flat, so you have the capability of bringing that leg slightly forward. Right about now, I start to lift my ankle. That sound familiar? Everything in ballroom in Latin is about your ankles. So let's do that again. So you take the leg, bring it out, right when you really can't go more forward without moving your body. Then what we need to do is we lift the ankle. As we lift the ankle, what's going to happen is you're going to start to work the ball of your foot, and now we have that pointed foot, okay? We're going to need that pointed foot sometimes turned out in what we do. Sometimes we're going to need that foot pointed, okay? When we doing something in Latin. We turned out, we turned in, okay? So, in any case, let's do that again. So, make sure you are standing up. I also have not talked about arms yet. That's coming up, but it's always good to have an arm extended. And as we do this, but we're talking feet now, rush flat-footed. Go up to the ankle. Stretch and point the foot. Now on the way down, you start to pull the leg in. The ankle is going to release. And that foot goes flat on the floor so it goes through. Okay? So that's really important. Let's try it on the other foot just so you have a little chance to do that. So you're going to press out flat-footed, take it up, ankle starts, you go to the ball of the foot, and now that foot is stretched. Okay? If I do it this way for you, it goes flat out. I let my ankle rise, goes to the ball of the foot, comes back down, and pulls in. Now, when we do that, again, this exercise takes care of so many things. So what happens is, when you go out, guess what? Those are those outer thighs and moving out to open, okay? They open your legs, but when you come back, you're using your adductor again to close. And it will feel different because obviously, if you're at the gym and you use your weight up and down or sideways, it changes the muscle groups that you're using. Same thing here, whether it's going forward or back. Okay, so let's do that side one again. So you go out flat-footed, let the ankle stretch, go up to the ball, to the toe. On the way back, let the ankle drop. Because when the ankle drops, then these muscles right here, again we call them adductors, they can take over, and then you can use those to pull back in, strengthening everything, okay? When you go backwards, what I want you to do is same thing. The foot stays on the floor. But you're probably going to find that it doesn't stay on the floor as long. That's okay. We have different mechanics in our body going backwards. So it goes back. Again, my ankle starts. Now I'm here. I'm getting stretched through the front and the back of the groin. And then I can come back, release the ankle, go flat, and bring it in. Okay, so that's a lot of information on that tendu, okay? But I want you to use it because I want you to realize if you watch a ballet dancer, their feet, okay, are always working and they're pointed and they're beautiful. We need to do the same thing so that when you're dancing something, whether it's your foxtrot or waltz, and you're going to start to think about going backwards. Well, we didn't have ballet turnout, we're parallel, but what do we need to do? We need to use that ankle and we need to stretch and go through. So I'm going to have you practice this just a little bit more. I'll keep adding some exercises and talking more technique about the next one that we did, the dégagé, in the next section. And meanwhile, find some easy music, okay? Or, I mean, it's better if this is all done not too fast at first because it's not just to do it. I want you all to come back in the studio and I want all of your teachers to say, wow, look at your footwork, it's amazing, okay? I hope this is helpful.